Everything is broke on this one. Y'all got to come see this. This pulley, I mean, I can barely move that thing. This thing has been sitting up for years. Check out this pulley. That's a little wore out, huh? And look at this. Look at that blade. I think something's wrong there. Can you tell what it is? Welcome back to Rayleigh's Small Engines. I'm T-Bone. You'll get to the point channel. Let's get this thing fixed. First thing we're gonna do is get this deck off. Clip and a washer. Clip and a washer. This will make it a little easier for us to get to. Ooh, what is that? There's that ink pen that fella must have been hunting, huh? Now, if you look right in here on the side, you're gonna see some more clips. And the washers. And y'all saw me go ahead and lower this deck all the way down. I'm gonna stick my hand under here, lift up a little bit, pull that loose, drop it. Now in this case, this belt was already off because the tensioner spring is missing. Okay, we'll get to that. We'll need to, if you have one of these, if you just grab the belt and you can pretty much lift up on it and get the slack and it'll come right off, okay? And we'll want to get back here to the PTO and just pull the belt off that pulley. Here's your pulley at the back. Go ahead and just grab that belt, slide it down off the pulley. Now all we have to do, I'm just gonna pull the deck forward and lift that right up. Now that the deck is disconnected, I'm gonna raise this back up like that. Next, we'll just pull the deck right out of here. Now you can do all this on the ground. I'm gonna put it up on a roll cart so it's easier to see. Now I showed y'all how wobbly that pulley is. This one, it just has a little bit of play, but since we're going ahead and replacing both of these spindles and that pulley, well, might as well put that one on while we're here because I don't want no comebacks. So there's the spring that was missing. We're going to use 2 pulleys, 2 spindles, belt, blade. You'll notice this is all rotary. And bolts, brand new bolts to bolt the spindles in. Most of the time they're going to ring off when you go to take them out anyway, and I don't like reusing them. All right, let's get this thing tore down. Get this belt out of the way. Flip that back. We're going to pull this cover. Hold your ears. .3/8 socket pulls those right off. Next, we need to get this pulley off of here. Use some gloves if you're doing this. This one's pretty stiff, just so you don't hurt your hand. Just like that. Wiggle and pull. We'll save those because we're going to reuse them. Oh, look, y'all. There's that circuit board he lost. You know, we done found an ink pen. Who knows what else? What other kind of critters are we gonna find? Here, we'll make a bird nest over there. How about that? All right. Let's see if we can get this spindle off. Remember, I told y'all a while ago, a lot of times these bolts will ring off. Sometimes they come out. But I'm not gonna reuse these. I'm gonna put brand new ones in. Safety first, folks. Now, let me raise this up. Throw my ratchet on the floor. Let's get this last bolt out. There she be. We're working on this RZ4623, but make sure that you look up the correct part numbers for your machine. All right, then you're gonna look right here behind the seat down beside the engine. You see that 966 number and that 00. Those are the numbers you need to get the correct parts. For this one, we're using a rotary spindle assembly, a 11014. When you're ordering rotary parts, you don't even use that 10 right there. There's the AYP number. So this is our spindle. And these are our new bolts that we're going to be using. The number on those is 9374. You don't worry about the 02. All right, there's our spindle. I want to save this cover. It's going to go right back on top of this one, just like that. Now, let's go scrape that off a little bit. It's going to get dirty anyway. I'm going to go right back in the same spot. There's dimples and holes. It'll probably go any direction. I'm just going back in the same spot. Now, you're going to notice these do not have threads already tapped in them. These bolts we're putting in will cut new threads. Now, I'm just going to go under here. Let's get that mess out of the way, and we're going right back under. I'm going to line me a bolt hole up. And you put your first one in, don't tighten it all the way. Hold your ears. Just like that, okay? Go the opposite corner. Little wiggle jiggle, hold your mouth just right. Let's start the other one. And two more. You want to be very careful that you don't wring these off, or you're going to be in a big pickle then. So if you've got an impact, a good 1/2 inch drive impact, a big one, you're going to go ahead and put this pulley on, hold it the same way we took it off. If you don't, I'm going to show you another trick. The blade I'm putting on this one is a rotary copperhead 12242 and a brand new bolt with a cupped washer, which is a 14457. Now what you want to do, make sure that you get your splines lined up. People ask all the time how to do the blade. There's your cutting edge, there's your lift. Your lift goes to the top. Now we're going to line this up. See it pop right in the, see the little 5 groove, pop right in there. Run your bolt all the way up. Normally I don't roll it all the way up because I use the impact most of the time. Some of you might be using a socket and a ratchet, and that's fine. Get them puppies tight. You don't want them falling off and hurting somebody. Now, what I'll do, now what we're going to do when we put that pulley on the other side, you're going to hold this blade while you're tightening the nut to hold on the pulley. Warm your air gun up. Double check these splines, make sure they fit good and don't have a lot of play. Sometimes you'll find they're stripped, and you'll also need to replace that pulley. Now I'm reaching back here, see I'm holding the blade, holding the blade, holding the blade. About to pull the trigger, hold your ears. She ain't going nowhere. All right then. Well, where y'all at? Hey, what y'all got to be over here? Hey, while y'all coming this way, why don't y'all click that subscribe button, maybe give us a thumbs up. Y'all come on over here so you can see what I'm doing. So when I went ahead off camera and put this other spindle and all in, now something I want you guys to look. This is your cutting edge. See your wingtips? Look at your cutting edge and get them at their closest point. See, those are nice and even. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to spin this one around like that. See, it's still nice and even. Now I'm going to spin the other one around, still nice and even. Now, if one of these is cocked down, what you can do, if the side's down like this, what you'll do is set this deck down flat, and you can get a sledgehammer and hit on this side to bend that deck back a little bit to get it back to where it's aligned. It takes a few tries. Terrell Fixes All did a really good video on doing that. He's got the sledgehammer out, and all he was doing, people hit stuff all the time. It's common. And they'll bend that deck. But the sledgehammer, you can bend it back whichever way you need to go to get a nice even cut like this. Okay, so we're getting ready to replace this idler pulley. You'll notice this arm right here. That is a belt keeper. It's a hitchy mo to keep the belt from falling off. And when you loosen this, it can go any kind of direction. Now, what I'm going to do, see, that's settled down as far as it'll go like that. One easy trick, some of these have notches to where I don't know if this one does or not. Some of them have notches. They'll kind of slip into the right part. What you can do, and we know that this is settled, we keep it that way. And I'm going to take a Sharpie and just go straight down that line. And I'm going to put me a little mark right there on the deck. And then you can just look down that line and line it back up exactly where it was. If you don't, you can eat your belt up. So now, let's see if we can get this pulley replaced. And at the same time we do this, we got to put the belt on. All right. Yeah, see, that can go about anywhere, okay? Keep note of these spacers. Or whatever your machine. Because a lot of these machines are built differently. Now, there's a shoulder on here also. And there's more spacers back here. So just be careful when you're taking it apart. See, there's 2 more spacers back here. You want to make sure that all that stays. Now, this is just a shoulder because the hole in the pulley is larger. Now, for this particular machine, this is a 14100 pulley, and we're just going to slide it back in. Oh, we can get rid of this belt, can't we? We don't need that. Get out of here. Slide that on. Did y'all remember? Put your spacers on. And then this hitchy-mo thingamabob. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to barely start this nut. And our belt for this one is a 14606 from Rotary Corporation. I know all the guys in the warehouse back there. My rep comes by here and says, all my guys in the warehouse like to watch your channel. Hey guys in the warehouse at Rotary, y'all come by and visit sometime. Now, on these pulleys, you can look, there'll be a map up here to show you how to put this belt and how to route it. All you really got to remember, the V part goes in the V pulley. The back side of the belt, the flat part, goes on the flat. So we'll wing this around here, put it back up here. We're going to get her up close. Where I can move this back into position. I'm going to look down the line right here. See right there where we are? We're straight down that line to that mark I put. Let's hold it still. Sweet. All right. Now this other one, we just got to get this one off. Let's change sockets. Put another pulley on. This one, I got to put a wrench behind. Just for added fun, y'all. Reverse. And the same deal. This pulley, you notice I'm not letting anything fall there. This pulley is a 15517, something other like that. Then the whole thing falls. Great. Perfect. All right. Well, it all fell apart. Come off of there. Now, if you'll notice, see that little ridge right there? Same thing on the new pulley. That ridge rides in this great big hole. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to just put it back together one piece at a time. Like that. Now, this is going to go on here. Then we got to try to finagle and get the washer and the nut up on the back side. Oh, the fun. Who designs this mess? Waller this around. Can y'all see? I'm going to waller around. See how that fits up in that hole nicely? Then how do you get fat fingers up in that hole to line this booger head up? Throw your nut on the floor so you can lose it. There it is. All right. I'm going to probably have to use 2 fingers to get this one started. Come on. Come on. Well, looky there. All right. Make sure that's upright. Put a wrench in. You got to have some multiple fingers to do this job, y'all. There we go. Now I'm on the nut with the wrench, holding all this together. Now, does it move? Yes. Let's tighten it on up. If it does not move, loosen it back up just a little bit. And you may be doing this with hand tool. Loosen it up just a little bit and get this back in that spacer. Get this lined up, that plate lined up in that spacer right there. That's the problem. But make sure that this moves freely. Double check. Are we still lined up right there, y'all? Boing. Now, all we're going to do to this pulley or belt, we'll go right around here, just like that. And these, flip these back forward and then slide it back under the deck. Let's get it put together. All right, in this case, this spring was missing and you could just take yours off also. But where it hooks on is here on this bolt, and it also hooks into an eye bolt over here. Okay, so all that's got to be done, see how easy that hooks in? This one, a little bit harder, but like that, okay? Now let's say you've already got your deck under. I'm gonna show you the easiest way to get your belt on. You got your deck under there, you're all lined up, leave that belt loose on that side. This back side is hooked up to your PTO clutch, okay? And what you're gonna do, hook your belt in and it'll have some tension to it. And what you'll do, put it here and hold it. And I'm gonna reach around with this hand and grab my blade. See, I can turn that pulley, and this is called walking the belt on. And you can walk that belt on. And I'll show you in a minute. Now I'm going to show you the easiest way to put your belt on and take it off. The procedure is about the same, just reversed. So first thing I want you to do, be sure that your belt is on all the pulleys. Oh, look, I sprung a leak. That's normal. Then I'm going to line my blade up about in this area. I'm going to reach under here. I'm going to turn this pulley. Oh, just found my blade. See, I can move it right there. I'm going to hook it on the front. And with it hooked on the front, then I'll pull the blade to me. Your belt is on. Tell me, that ain't easy. The fastest way to get your belt off of one of these is remove that cover, and it's called grip it and rip it, baby. You grab it right here on the back of that pulley. There's your belt off. All right, let's get our side cover back on. Well, I tell you what, fun little job. Nice and easy. Thanks so much for tuning in to Rayleigh's Small Innards. I'm T-Bone. We are your Get to the Point channel. Click that subscribe button. Maybe give us a thumbs up. Be sure to leave a comment down below and share these videos with your friends. We'll see you next time.